This is not just a story. It is real. A journey that will touch your heart, inspire your soul, and remind you that no dream is too big, and no struggle is too small. This is the story of Dapo Bankole. Dapo grew up in Nigeria. Life was not easy. His family worked hard, but opportunities were limited. Even as a child, he would often look at the sky and dream. Dream of a bigger life. A life where he could use his talents, provide for his family, and live with dignity. But dreams cost money. And his family barely had enough for daily survival. Still, Dapo was determined. He studied with borrowed books. He worked small jobs after school. Every night, before sleeping, he whispered to himself. One day, I will make it. One day, I will change my story. When he finished school, the reality hit him. He wanted to study further, maybe abroad, but there was no money. Still, he refused to give up. He began working odd jobs, sometimes fixing things, sometimes helping at shops. He saved every little coin. But even after years, it wasn't enough. Yet, Dapo had something stronger than money. He had belief. He kept saying, if I don't give up, life will open a door. And one day, it did. He heard about an opportunity to move to Canada. It wasn't easy. The process needed money, documents, and endless patience. But Dapo decided, this was his chance. He sold what little he had. He borrowed from friends. He prayed. And finally, he got the visa. The day he landed in Canada, it felt like stepping into a dream. The air was cold. The streets were wide. The buildings were tall. And inside his heart, hope was alive. But hope alone doesn't pay the bills. He had no big job waiting for him. His degree from Nigeria wasn't recognized immediately. And suddenly, he was just another immigrant, lost in a new country. He tried applying for office jobs. But no one called him back. Weeks passed. His savings began to finish. He needed money for rent, for food, for survival. So, he took what he could find. Cleaning jobs. Delivery jobs. Anything that would keep him afloat. Many nights, after working long shifts, he sat alone and asked himself. Did I make a mistake? Did I really belong here? But then, he remembered the boy who once whispered. One day, I will make it. And he decided, giving up was not an option. Slowly, Dapo started building. He learned how things worked in Canada. He studied new courses. He networked with people. Every rejection became fuel. Every failure became a lesson. There were times he didn't have enough food. There were times he slept on floors. There were times he thought about going back to Nigeria. But every single time, he told himself. If I quit now, my dream dies. So he stayed. He worked harder. And life began to shift. Life began to shift. Not suddenly. Not overnight. But step by step. Dapo realized something powerful. In Canada, success was not about where you came from. It was about what you were willing to learn, how much you were willing to push, and how deeply you were willing to believe. So, he decided, if no one would give him a job, he would create one. He had always been curious about business. Back in Nigeria, he had seen his mother sell small items, barter, and hustle just to keep the family alive. Those lessons never left him. Now, in this new land, he thought. What if I build something of my own? Of course, it wasn't easy. He had no capital. No investors. No big office. Just a dream, and relentless drive. At first, he tried small side businesses. Selling items online. Helping people with resumes. Fixing gadgets. Nothing brought instant riches. But everything brought experience. He learned how people thought. He learned what people needed. He learned that every business was not about money, it was about solving a problem. During this time, Depo faced countless failures. Some days, no sales at all. Some weeks, pure losses. He even lost friends who laughed at his attempts. But every time he fell, he stood again. Because he remembered, his journey was not just about himself. It was about proving to every child back in Nigeria, and every immigrant struggling in Canada, that dreams are worth fighting for. One day, while attending a networking event, Depo met people from the technology industry. They spoke about how businesses could grow online. How marketing and communication could change lives. For Depo, this was a light bulb moment. He thought, if businesses need marketing, and people struggle to tell their stories, maybe I can help them. That night, he stayed awake till morning. Researching. Reading. Learning. And slowly, the seed of a new company was born. With no investors, no fancy tools, and just his laptop, Depo started offering consulting services. Helping small businesses build websites. Helping immigrants write resumes. From being seen as just another immigrant, he became a trusted professional. But success wasn't only about money for him. It was about impact. So he began mentoring others. Sharing his story at community events. Encouraging young people not to give up. Telling immigrants, your accent is not a weakness. Your background is not a limitation. Your struggles are your power. Years passed. And that boy from Nigeria, who once borrowed books to study, who once worked cleaning jobs to survive, now became a successful entrepreneur, author, and motivational speaker in Canada. Depo Banko built more than a business. He built a legacy. A living reminder that no matter where you start, you can rise. Today, he continues to inspire thousands. Through his books. Through his talks. Through his story. He proves that courage beats fear, because that, one day, can be today.